Welcome to this edition of Grizzlies Daily. I'm your host, Melek. Let me get right real quick. I'm going to make this video quick because I am tired. I just got off job number one, and I got to work job number two, which is the FedEx form for the Grizzlies game tonight against the Heat, which we will talk about. But if you're watching this video, I just want you to know, hey, you just filed SGA. He has 2 free throws at the line. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm sorry, I had to make a joke. Man scored 55 on 26 free throws. And I'm supposed to believe that Ja doesn't get it. Ja doesn't have a whistle. That's the reality we're living in. Any moment I can get to slander SGA, best believe I will. But that's besides the point. We're not here to talk about SGA. So the Grizzlies are taking on the Heat. Real quick, injury report does show same 5 people that we said last time are out. That being Scottie Pippen Jr., Todd Jerome, Zach Edey, Brandon Clark, and Vince Williams Jr. Once again, I don't know what's going on with Vince Williams Jr. I don't know. Unless it's something that happened that we don't know about. Once again, I do not see the point in Vince Williams Jr. not playing. But that's besides the point. Added to the report was, and we addressed it last time, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, John Morant, both questionable. KCP, just ankle soreness. Don't really see anything that happened last game that triggered it. Ja, on the other hand, we saw him roll his ankle. He still played the game. Obviously, we kind of figured he was going to be on the injury report after that. But from what I've seen, all signs are pointing towards him playing tonight, which is a good sign because this is the first leg of a back-to-back. And you're facing a pretty depleted Miami team that doesn't have Tyler Hero. So might as well give it a go. I don't see any reason why he shouldn't play. I think it's too early in the season to give Ja some rest, even though Islo has said he's not fully recovered. Right now, the team isn't at a point where I think you can confidently throw him out there and say, hey, yeah, we can win without Ja. So that's just me. I think Ja is playing, both him and KCP. And I think the Grizzlies do get the win today because overall I think they are a better team than Miami. It's just a matter of controlling their depth because Miami does have a solid bench and they can take control of the game at any point. And that's something you really got to watch out for. Now, while we're on the subject of depth, I did mention this last episode. More details will come out. Terry Rozier is not going to be with the Miami Heat. He is arrested as he's part of the FBI investigation over alleged illegal gambling, basically, if you don't know what that means. Terry Rozier is accused of simply betting his under. Basically, if you don't understand how it works, say for example, sports books had Terry Rozier scoring more than 8.5 points. Terry Rozier would essentially bet under 8.5 points and would intentionally not score more than 8 points. In fact, sometimes leaving the game early with an undisclosed foot injury just to make sure that goes through, and he would hit the bet. Just as far as an update on that, Terry Rozier is out of jail. He did have to put up his $6 million home up for collateral, which is wild. But when you are in the FBI investigation, your assets are frozen and he cannot tap into his bank account. So he had to essentially put up his $6 million home just to post bail. Wild. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say in my life. But hey, we're here now. So he will be without Terry Rozier and Tyler Hero, but Terry Rozier is essentially seized by the feds. So is Chauncey Billups. We'll get to him on another note. Basically, he out here scamming poker games with the mafia and some more. I don't know. Hey, Big Shot Billups is out here wilding. That's all you need to know. But that's the injury report when it comes to that game tonight at 7 o'clock at the FedEx Forum. Now let's talk about what the Grizzlies need to do to win. It's simple. Don't foul. I got to be honest. Like, the key to this game is simply don't foul. Because one thing about Miami, while I do think the Grizzlies are the better team, Miami's front court is something that you do have to be wary of. You have Bam Adebayo, of course. You have Khalil Ware. 2 guys who already automatically, in my opinion, give you trouble. So if you run into a problem where, like last game, where Jaren and Jock Landale fall into foul trouble, you're gonna run into a real problem. I mean, as far as the front court, that's really all they got. But those are 2 big names that you really got to watch out for, and especially because this Miami team likes to run. We know this with Eric Spoelstra teams. They got Jaime Jaquez off the bench. They got Simone Fontecchio, who also is a pretty good player. Look at the other names, obviously Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, and even Davion Mitchell, who's going to give you some troubles defensively. So, offensively, I should say, because Davion Mitchell is a great defender. So, really got to watch out for him. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more pick and roll action than we usually do. The key to this game also, attack the weak man. And the weak man on this team, to me, Andrew Wiggins. Either Andrew Wiggins or Nikola Jovic. Looking at the game against Magic, Andrew Wiggins had a plus minus of 21, and he only played 30. He played 32 minutes. Nikola Jovic, on the other hand, played 23 minutes. He did positive, but he also had 3 turnovers. The Miami Heat are a similar team to this. They are young and developing, so they aren't officially figured out. One thing about them, they have a lot of similar problems to the Grizzlies, one being turnovers. So you really got to watch out for that. And this Miami Heat team has a problem with fouls. I did notice that in the last game. So I feel like if the Grizzlies can attack them and just stop with the silly offensive fouls or defensive fouls off rebounds or screens, all these things, I think the Grizzlies can come out with this win. Another thing, depth. So I realize I say the word depth. Depth. You know what? That's the closest y'all gonna get. The Grizzlies have a great amount of depth on their team. You got Cedric Coward, who balled out last game. You got a lot of players that did their part. Only thing that I really do question with this team, and I know it's because of the injuries, but I really do question how many minutes John Conchar gets. I really do. Just for the simple fact that, do we really need John Conchar on the court? I think those are minutes that you can give somebody else. But I mean, it worked out last game, so who knows? But I do think the others will be a big factor in this. Obviously, the health of John Moran will be a big factor. And Jaren is going to matter a lot in this game. A lot of people don't understand that, but Jaren has a lot on this game, especially with Bam Adebayo. He needs to be able to stay out of foul trouble. Another thing, Jaren needs to attack early. We didn't see Jaren attack until like midway through the first quarter of the last game, and then he carried that over into the second half. I would say get Jaren started early. I know you like to play through Ja, but I'd say the key to this game, attack with Jaren. Genuinely. The last time he played the Heat, Jaren went for nearly 40. Attack through Jaren. The one thing about the Miami Heat, they have yet to figure out Jaren Jackson Jr. I know the last matchup, they couldn't figure out Ja because Jaren fouled out. But there were, I think he fouled out. I'm almost sure he did. But there are moments where the team, once Bam Adebayo is out the game, they couldn't figure anything out when it came to Jaren. So I'd say attack through Jaren, use the pick and rolls a lot. That way you get Davion Mitchell out the picture, and essentially keep the turnovers low and do not foul. Do not foul against this Miami Heat team because you do not want to underestimate them. It's just that simple. Now, before I get out of here, going to keep this real short and simple. When I talked about the injury report, Vince Williams Jr., don't really know the full story with him. I mean, at last check when the injury report came out, it said Vince Williams Jr. is suffering from heel soreness. Don't know how bad that truly is, but hey, that's where it's at. Like I said, KCP and John Morant, I fully expect them to play. It's just that simple. And as far as Cy Jerome, no real update on his calf strain. He is out for until essentially next month. So you got a real update with that. But as far as on-court activities or anything, nothing that I've seen, nothing I've heard about. So yeah, that's really just it. The Grizzlies have to operate now. Obviously, after I believe the Pacers game or their first road game, which is I think Monday. I think either Monday or Tuesday, the Grizzlies can go after somebody for a 10-day contract and essentially fill a role. If I had, like I said, if I had the bold opinion, go after a front court guy. Precious Achiuwa is on the market. Go after him. And if I'm being honest, if you want to trade target, Jalen Duren is over in Detroit. And they seem to be using Isaiah Stewart a lot more. I go after Jalen Duren. That's just me. But I'm not here to talk about trades. I'm just here to talk basketball with y'all. So that's going to be a wrap on this edition of Grizzlies Daily. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing any of y'all there at the game. If you don't know, I work inside the team store, which is by the main entrance. 9 times out of 10, I'll be at the cash register. So make sure to come by and say what's up. Let's talk. We'll talk about anything. If you just want to say hi or anything, much appreciated. Really love interacting with y'all. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll make sure to bring that video out to y'all on Monday with a recap of not only this game, but the game on Saturday against the Pacers. So, like I said, make sure to have those post notifications turned on, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at mrobinsonjrsm. That's MROBINSONJRSM. Simple as that. If you enjoyed this video, like I said, make sure to leave a like. I'll be signing off, and I'll see y'all on Monday.